Hey, how's it going, you spongy Seadras? Today we're going to be playing some games with the new updated ZapBeasts list. ZapBeasts list. This is a list that I've been working on since the new set has come out. New additions, we got the Spiritomb, Kartana, and the Pheromosa GX for the Pokemon Pokégears in here as well. I think that's about it for the new card additions. Yeah, so Spiritomb, super nice. Build up the building Spite into an Anguish Cry for a reasonable amount of damage against a lot of matchups is actually like super good against. Just having something that can hit pretty hard. I can get up to the 160 damage with the 5 damage counters on it. Just super nice in a lot of matchups to be able to take knockouts. The Kartana really helps even out our prize trading a little bit better with the big cut when we're on 4 prize cards. Can hit for the 130. If they skip our Sledgehammer turn, or if we get to 4 prizes before they get to 4 prizes, we can do the big cut into the Sledgehammer, or we can sometimes Sledgehammer into big cut. So yeah, just a nice addition to the deck, kind of evens out, makes our attacking for reasonable numbers a little bit smoother throughout the game, especially in the 1 prizer matchups. I found it to be super useful, but just really good overall. Also the free retreat cost, super nice. Even when we don't get to use the big cut turn, still have him in the deck as a free retreater, which can be super nice to activate the Zapdos' Thunderous Assault. Besides that, I have the Pokégears in here as well. Oh, Pheromosa GX. So he's basically in here pretty much just for the mirror match. Sometimes a Shrine sticks in play long enough for damage to build up on like a Dedenne or a Lele to close out the game with Beast Game GX. But if not, you can use him to close out games with Beast Game GX with the Beast Energy on stuff like Jirachi's, mainly for the mirror match is why he's in here. But there's other niche situations where it can come up for him to be useful with the Beast Game plus Beast Energy to close out games, or even in the middle of the game, just draw 2 prizes. He's got such high HP that you kind of just know sometimes that your opponent just can't knock it out on their turn, so you can just, in the middle of the game, be like, Beast Game, draw 2 prizes, go down to 1 prize, next turn, Guzma with Zapdos or something, and close out the game. So just a nice addition to the deck. This is the card that I'm most unsure about from the new cards that I've added to the deck so far, but he's in here for now. We're going to keep rolling with him for right now. And then the Pokégears, I've cut the Zebstrika line completely. Zoroark is not in a very good spot right now, so it makes Zebstrika that much worse. Zebstrika was only super strong because it was kind of almost necessary again in the Zoroark matchup, so you could draw cards once they set up the Muck. Instead, I've opted for Pokégears to help our early and mid game out, just getting that turn 1, help getting the turn 1 Lillie, help us finding Guzmas in the mid game, which is another refresh on a draw supporter. Just to really keep the flow of the game going in the early and mid game through the Pokégear, plus finding our Lillie early, Guzmas in the mid game, keep us taking prizes. So yeah, I really like the Pokégears. It's helped kind of like smooth out the deck, make it a lot more smooth in the early game. Whereas the Zebstrika was like, it was really nice when you set it up, but a lot of times you'd have hands where you wouldn't want to zebra it away. The Pokégear, if we have a hand we don't really want to, that we want to kind of sit on, if we have a Pokégear, we can use Pokégear to dig for like a Guzma or something, and then just keep drawing the prizes we want to draw from there. Yeah, that's about it for the updated ZapBeasts list that I've been working with. This is it. So let's go ahead and get into some games and see how it runs. First here in this first game, got an incredible turn 1 hand, got the Lillie, got the early Spiritomb, getting Spiritomb down early to start building up that Anguish Cry is exactly what we want to do. Alright, so we're playing up against the baby Blacephalon deck, so they can get that turn 1 Blazer knockout, which we kind of want to avoid them getting. So we might get a little gimmicky here and set up something that is not the Jirachi. I'm not sure yet. I'm just gonna take a look through really fast. We prized. What do we prize? A Nest Ball? A Jirachi. Guzma. Nothing too important, it looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a Zapdos. It's like pretty unlikely that the Blazer does hit, but them drawing the first prize actually is a pretty big deal in this matchup. Whoever draws the first prize has a big advantage right off the bat. So we might try and push up something that's not a Jirachi on the first turn. It's pretty unlikely that they take a knockout on the first turn on something that's not a Jirachi. So yeah, we will see here. I definitely need to build the Spite. And then we're going to Stellar Wish first before we play the Nest Ball. The second E-Power is what we need to take that knockout here early on. So I think we're just going to go for the E-Power here. Yeah, and we're just going to leave it up at this point and just kind of hope that they don't have the knockout here. And Let's see. Could nest ball. Nothing really to nest ball for. Yeah, and go ahead and pass over to our opponent. All right, we'll see if they got the turn 1 knockout here. Yeah, the first prize draw in this matchup is super important, but just gonna hope it doesn't go over to our opponent. We can use Let Loose at some point in this game as well. Yep, there's the Blazer. We'll see if they rip the Fire Energy. Fiery Flint. All right, so we're going to take the first prize here pretty cleanly, pretty easily, and kind of progress from there. So we're going to take a prize with the Zapdos, and then we can look to take a prize with Spiritomb, which means we probably want to follow up with a prize with the Kartana. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Kartana right now. We're going to Stellar Wish. Might not be anything worth grabbing. Ooh, Skateboard's pretty good though. So we're gonna grab that. Build that Spite. We'll go ahead and put the Rainbow down there as well. Escape Board, double E-Power. Yeah, the early turns in this matchup can be pretty tough, I've found. But once we start rolling and start using our attackers that are not Zapdos is when the matchup gets a bit easier. Yeah, because Zapdos needs a lot to take knockouts against this Blacephalon deck. Double E-Power to actually take knockouts. One card that people have sometimes been playing is the Mew in this in the Zapdos deck for this matchup specifically. The Mew is actually pretty decent. It allows us to put 10 damage on the Blacephalons and then clean them up with just 1 E-Power plus Thunderous Assault. So that's something you can look for as a tech for this matchup, actually, is the Mew. Also, the Mew is pretty good against Pikarom, and then it's okay against Weezing, but the Weezing matchup is actually so bad, even with the Mew, it's actually a terrible matchup. So it doesn't do a whole lot there, but it gives you kind of a chance, I guess. Without it, you really don't have a chance at all. There's another Fire attachment from our opponent, and then a Nest Ball. Another Blacephalon out of our opponent. This is really why I don't like the greens build of this deck. I assume our opponent is playing the greens build. It just kind of stinks when you get to this point with the deck as Blacephalon. Like you just struggle, or you can really struggle early on. I think our opponent is definitely playing the greens build. Building Spite here. Attach Rainbow. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out the Shrine. Lillie for 2, and then Stellar Wish, 2 Lightning Energy. Not super good, but it's fine. Go ahead and grab an E-Power. Possible we find our 4th E-Power eventually, and we'll be able to use Zapdos to take another one-shot. Right now, we're just going to use the Spiritomb. This is a excuse me, matchup where Spiritomb is actually super good to hit in for a one-shot at some point on a Blacephalon. Early up, probably open up early with a Zapdos knockout, and then we transition into Spiritomb, Kartana, and if we get far enough ahead like we are, we can also use Sledgehammer. So this is actually like a perfect spot for us to be in. There's the Blazer. It's going to knock out here for sure, but our opponent is out of Blacephalon on their bench, and we're just going to close out the game here with our Kartana, as we are at 4 prize cards. So, fortunate draws from our opponent, but that's what happens when you play the greens engine of the Blacephalon deck. I'm sure if they were playing Jirachi, they would have nest balled for a Jirachi, but because they didn't, I'm assuming they don't. And this is what happens when you play the greens engine of Blacephalon. I found it to be a way more clunkier build. And you just don't have anything to go. There's no draw support from Pokemon, which is like a big deal. If you can't use any of your ball search cards to find something that allows you to continue to play the game, there's that many less outs to finding anything to like continue to play the game. And we saw in that game our opponent kind of falling super flat there with the greens engine Baby Blacephalon deck. Getting into a game here, going up against some kind of lightning deck. They opened their Marshadow, so not a great start for them. Ooh, looks like it is going to be a Pikarom deck. So pretty good matchup for us overall. As I use the Electro Radar, probably gonna get themselves Pikarom and Dedenne here. Maybe Pikarom's Aurora. We'll see. Could be Pikarom. Yep, there he is though. Dedenne and Pikarom here. See if they use the Dedenne immediately or not. I'm actually curious. Nope, I'm gonna hold off on him for till next turn. All right, we're gonna start with Pokégears. Guzma is not great. I wonder if I should actually start with the Stellar Wish. There we go. There's the Lillie. So we want to attach the Lightning, not use the E-Power bench. So I want like another. So maybe I should start with the Stellar Wish actually. We want another card to kind of discard here. Off the Ultra Ball. Turn Ultra Ball away. Guzma. And I guess the Switch. Get a Zapdos, attach Lightning, switch out of the active. Maybe I should have started with Stellar Wish there, actually. I'm not sure the ordering of that. Yeah, maybe I should have started with Switch there. The reason I didn't Ultra Ball for Zapdos immediately, well, I guess I didn't really have the card I wanted to get rid of. No, I guess it's a little bit awkward of a scenario, no matter what. Lillie here. 6 great follow-up cards. Gonna go ahead and grab Spiritomb. Oh, looks like Spiritomb's prize. So is Kartana. I guess we're just gonna grab another Zapdos then. That's fine. Yeah, good follow-up hand. I don't know if I want to put the Shrine in play or not. Also, don't want to throw out the Escape Board just yet. A lot of decks are playing Field Blower these days. I don't want to run into that. I guess Shrine in play is fine. No matter what stadium would force out of them, I would be fine for that stadium to come out. Thunderous Mountain would be fine with me, and so would the Viridian Forest. So I'm fine if either of those stadiums make their way into play. Yep, there's the Field Blower. That's definitely why I did not want to put down the Escape Board. I guess we could have waited. We knew all the cards in their hand were going to be forced out because of the Dedenne, so maybe we could have held off. That should be grabbing them that Koko Prism, I would imagine. Can't think of anything else they would want. Yeah, there's the Koko Prism. Bench that Dedenne for 6, and our opponent's off to roll in here. All right, I was like, I know it's in there. Bring him out. There he is. That pesky rat. See what our opponent can pull. So yeah, this matchup overall is pretty favorable. I've found so far. I mean, I've always kind of found this matchup to be favorable. The only way you can make it like close is if you're playing like a more Zapdos-based Pikarom and you have stuff like the Wobbuffet and Absol to kind of slow your opponent down, make it harder for them to make the big plays happen. Getting a skateboard or reducing the usefulness of a skateboard is a big one, and then also just Wobbuffet shutting off the Koko Prism so that you can't really get into the Pokégear3.0 play as easily. Definitely makes a big difference in the matchup. So it looks like they're going to go Volkner. I would assume they're going to grab Energy Switch, and we may as well take an Energy alongside it. We'll see. See if they go for something different. But I imagine that's what's going to be happening here. Nest Ball Energy, so they probably have an E-Switch in hand. That also works. That way they have another target for the Energy to go to. I would imagine this would be grabbing them. Another Pikarom, maybe Zeraora, yeah, another Pikarom. And we'll see what they full blitz to. If they don't full blitz to the active, then they run into a situation where they will most likely be getting sledgehammered. I don't think they want to get sledgehammered. But we'll see where they go ahead and put the full blitz energies. They're definitely going to full blitz. Zapdos is definitely going to get knocked out, which is where they're going to put the 3 energy. I think they're going to set up the bench Pikarom, which is okay. But like I said, the problem becomes, oh, okay. So that makes it a little bit more. Now they can, like, attack with the bench Pikarom, and they will be able to GX attack, knock out pretty much everything on our board. Alright, so that works out quite a bit better for them. But yeah, 3 to the bench and then attach next turn. I have to hit my other Shrine to be able to stop this, so probably not going to happen. We'll see, though. Start with this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. I'm going to go down 2 Guzmas here, but it should be fine. The Guzmas aren't that good in this matchup. Gonna grab ourselves. Oop, gonna grab ourselves this guy. Set up for the Pokégear3.0 play on this thing. This goes here, this goes here, this goes to this. Lightning on one of these. Bench Jirachi, so we want to put on like the least threatening thing in play. Kind of make him chase the Buzz plus the Zapdos. Get another Stellar Wish off. That Nest Ball. We can get now. Ooh, we have the Shrine, but we put the Lightning over here. So, yeah, we definitely have to go for the Nest Ball. We can go Koko-GX here with this combo. Yeah, if we hadn't done that, we definitely could have gone for the Shrine there. But I mean, I guess we got the no. We had the Ultra Ball, so we could have Ultra Balled for the Prism, Koko Prism, and put the energy on the Zapdos, but then we wouldn't be able to get to Pokégear3.0 very easily at all. So I think this is still the better play here. And we should see them GXing, knocking out Zapdos, and maybe the Jirachi, but we do have Koko Prism, Pokégear3.0 in hand, so we'd be able to respond with the Pokégear3.0 play. Immediately, GX, knock out the Pikarom. And they would go down to 1 prize, and then we'd have to look for a way to KO this thing to close out the game, which shouldn't be too difficult to pull off. Buzzwole plus Choice Band. Yeah, we have quite a few outs, I think, to be able to pull that off. Go down to 1 prize. Buzzwole plus Choice Band. Buzzwole plus the Beast Energy. Zapdos plus 2 E-Power, which we only have played 1 E-Power so far, so that wouldn't be too difficult to bring up the Jirachi. So they might take out both Jirachis here. Still be able to make the same play on our end, though, so that's fine with me. The Zapdos also stays in play, which is also nice for me, because my other one is prized. So if I didn't pull it off the prizes, I'd actually struggle for a way to find a way to knock this thing out. So this is still fine with me as well. We'll see what they chase. Is going to be the other Jirachi. That's fine with me. Like I said, though, that doesn't really do too much, right? Yeah, it doesn't do too much at all, actually. Yeah. So we know how we're winning the game. They go down to 3. All right, draw. It is a switch. I don't want to burn that. Let's go ahead and get ourselves Koko Prism. Get a Ultra Ball away a Rainbow here. I want to keep the switch. So this is fine. Get ourselves the Koko-GX. And now we will Stellar Wish. Grab the Nest Ball. Go ahead and use that. Should be something to grab out of the deck. Maybe another Jirachi. Yeah, just get another Jirachi in play. That's fine. Into the Ancients. This guy comes down. Take both these. I want to save the switch. We're getting low on switches here. Rainbow goes here. And then Cynthia for a fresh 6. We're getting close to being able to see pretty much our whole deck consistently. Found 1 E-Power, a Nest Ball, and Nihilego. That's like not ridiculously good. What else can we grab here? Let's go ahead and use the Nest Ball. I just want to see what's left in the deck. Plenty of E-Powers left. Choice Band is prized, I think. I don't think it's in here. Alright, so we could very easily draw the Choice Band. We have 1 Switch, 1 Escape Board, a Pheromosa, Stretcher. Alright. Sounds fine. And then we can go with that. Tapu Koko GX here. Knock out this Pikarom. 1, 2, 3. So Choice Band pull here would be great. Beast Energy is also really good. I didn't even realize that was prized as well. And then Spiritomb and Zapdos are kind of irrelevant. Would have been very nice to get the Spiritomb down earlier in the game. But he was prized. Spiritomb super good in this matchup for cleaning stuff up eventually. Just gotta kind of get him out there. There's a Volcner, so that means they're not getting the knockout on our Buzzwole. So we do have the Beast Energies for that, so we do have a way to just knock out this Pikarom. We'll see if they can come up with a different way to knock out our active. There's Choice Band Energy, so it looks like their active Pikarom is going to be what they're using. Maybe they can get to this other Pikarom. Actually, they only need an E-switch. Okay, so they are going to be able to get to it. So our out to win the game is now Stellar Wish into Guzma. I don't think we have another out. Yeah, it's going to be Stellar Wish into Guzma. So this one actually got really close. I do say this is like a pretty good matchup. They were able to maybe I could have played it a little bit slower. Maybe I played it too fast with the Koko-GX. Maybe I didn't need to do this the way I did. I could have maybe played it a little bit too aggressively. I could have like chilled out, tried to play for the Nihilego turn as opposed to not. I also could have gone for that. I could have gone for Shrine that turn and then gotten the Koko Prism as well. So I maybe played this one a little bit too aggressively actually with the Koko-GX. It still sets up for a win condition as we're seeing here. I am setting up to pretty much win the game. There was a good chance I got Beast Energy or Choice Band off the prizes, so then I'd be playing into the Guzma pull off of the Stellar Wish. But overall, I think maybe I did play it a little bit too aggressively with the Koko-GX. I could have played a little bit slower, a little bit more two-shotting. I just feel like I didn't have a super great aggressive start, so I think that hurt me a little bit. But there's the Guzma. I think we had a pretty good chance to find the Guzma there. We had 2 Guzma left and a Pokégear, so still pretty good chance to close this one out on this turn. And we are going to be able to, with this knockout on this Pikarom, we had a switch as well, so we would have been able to get another Stellar Wish off. So I think we had a pretty good chance to close this one out this way. And we do. Yeah, there's Choice Band Energy Lotto. Yeah. Yeah, we still played ourselves into a reasonable win condition, I think. So yeah, take a dub there in that one. Do another one here, playing up against Volcanion Turtonator, so it's going to be a Reshizard build. Pretty good start for our opponent with the baby Volcanion. I think I'm going to start with Stellar Wishing. Going to grab another Pokégear for sure. And we're hoping these Pokégears pan out for us. Not yet. Come on. There we go. Cynthia will do. Get the rainbow here on the Spiritomb down immediately. Go ahead, building Spike. This thing is a little bit annoying to deal with. That 120 HP means we need double E power to take a knockout on it with a... Oh, man. Awkward hand now. We had the triple E power, but nothing else. Alright, I think it's going to be a pass over to our opponent. Yeah, we'll give it to him. Definitely want to try and utilize the Shrine as well. I mean, we got the E-powers, so we can pretty much set up for a knockout with a Zapdos. So that's good, but the rest of the hand, not so great. We'll see. Hopefully we can pull off the Zapdos combo next turn. We're just going to play for it, too. We're just going to like throw down the E-powers, play a draw support, or hopefully find a draw supporter, play a draw supporter. We'll see what our top deck is. We might have to Ultra Ball for Let Loose here. Yeah. There's a Nest Ball. Just gonna be for another baby Volcanion. Alright, so we're walking into a sea of baby Volcanions. And they're even discarding the Reshizard there. So they're not even thinking about attacking with that guy in this matchup at all. There's a Let Loose. That is actually fine with me. My hand was super awkward. Maybe should have benched the Buzzwole. He's very good against these guys with the Sledgehammer turn. Eventually, this works out as well, though. So yeah, we'll Stellar Wish, switch, Stellar Wish, or Stellar Wish, switch, and go on from there. They got themselves a Kiawe, probably making this way to the Turtonator over there. Turtonator, way easier to deal with, only one E-power to knock this thing out. But yeah, the baby Volcanions, man, there's something else. I might have to play for the 2-shot on this guy. I guess if we get another Rainbow Energy, we could just knock it out with Spiritomb, and then this would be their follow-up, which would be a lot easier to deal with. Alright, Stellar Wish, Nest Ball is perfect. Gonna grab ourselves a Zapdos. We're probably just gonna have to 2-shot this thing. That's kind of fine with me. 2-shot this initial guy. It's gonna be hard for them to keep up constantly with that. If we hit double E power here, great. If not, 2-shot's fine. Like I said, for the 2-shot. Alright. But we did end up with that second rainbow that I was talking about. So we could have got that knockout with this guy. But it's not that big of a deal. Just gonna take the 2-shot here, and we'll just kind of go from there. Plenty of ways to draw prizes from here. It depends how many 1 prizes they actually play. If they play a lot, it could get a little troublesome. But 2-shot this guy, 1-shot this guy when he makes his way active, and then play for a 1-shot on this guy as well eventually. That's gonna be our game plan. Yeah, 2-shot, 1-shot, 1-shot, easy, not even hard. And we'll go from there for the rest of it. Yeah. Flint from our opponent. They play that though, their hand is literally all fire energy. Maybe they don't have anything else going on. We'll see here in just a second. And the Flint would tell us exactly what our opponent's hand is if they play the Flint. And that means they are not attacking this turn, which is pretty good for us. Oh, it is just the pass. Alright. Giving us a big advantage here. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this thing out while I have the E-Power combo in hand. And that is like their main attacker that they have built up right now. Stellar Wish. I think the Ultra Ball is actually pretty good here to find ourselves another Jirachi coming up here in just a second. I want more options on the discard though, so we're just going to switch back into this guy and E-Power, saving the Spiritomb to kind of take the knockout on this guy, and then this guy will get hit up by another Zapdos at some point for the knockout on that. So definitely take this guy out. That's their the main guy they got going on for damage right here. Little interesting that they actually switch into the Jirachi instead of just switching into this, or maybe even using the Flint. Nah, that one never really worked out. Yeah, here comes this guy. This is a difficult one to take the knockout on, but we got the Spiritomb built up, ready to go into it. Surprised that they didn't set up the Jirachi. Now I'm a little bit just confused. Fiery Flint making its way down. Maybe they have a Welder in hand. Oh, that's what it has to be, right? They have a Welder in hand. Yeah, so he's got a Welder in hand. But he didn't do it last turn because he couldn't play the Flint and the Welder. So that makes sense then. I understand what's going on here. So there's the Welder. They need to attach to the bench as well. And then we're going to use Spiritomb to knock this guy out. Yeah, like I said, Zapdos is going to knock this guy out. We'll be in Sledgehammer turn. So we're going to probably Sledgehammer this, but it's like not a big deal that we're going to kind of whiff a knockout there. How many Guzma do I have left? 2. We're just going to go with Ultra Ball away these 2. Get ourselves Sludge Guy. I want to save the Beast Energy for Nihilego. Because I feel like if he is going to win this game, he's still going to have to whip out a Reshizard at some point. And the Nihilego is super good against Reshizard. We can get one shot with Beast Energy plus Choice, Shrine Tick plus Choice, or Beast Energy. So yeah, we kind of want to like save up for the Nihilego turn on that. So we're just going to go ahead and hold on to the Beast Energy for as long as possible. There's a Lillie coming down. That'll be a nice knockout, hopefully. Eventually, we'll see. We might not have to knock that out. Welder from our opponent, so I assume they're going to be building up. Yep, so there's a Reshizard. That's what we want to use the Nihilego for, is to KO this Reshizard. Well, that's the plan anyways. We don't have to, but that's kind of, it lines up super well. The Nihilego lines up super well into the Reshizard and gives us pretty much like a free knockout. I'm just going to go ahead and set up the Buzz. We want to go with Buzz over Kartana because Buzz is harder for our opponent to knock out. Pokégear here, a Cynthia would be nice. Nothing is also pretty good as well. And Sledgehammer for the knockout. All of our Pokégears are gone. A Lightning Energy here. That's pretty good for the Zapdos. We'll at least be able to punch something. We have 3 prizes left, so we can just really wait to go. We're going to keep pressuring our opponent, but we can really just wait until the Nihilego turn happens. Could also go for Koko-GX, because we got the triple modifier, so we can one-shot this with Koko-GX, even if it has 4 energy on it. If it has 3, we can't quite one-shot it, unless we get another E-Power, which we do have 1 more left. So we could go like Nest Ball, Top Deck Nest Ball, or E-Power. Oh, they have another non-GX attacker coming out here. The Reshiram. All right, he just keeps having them. Guzma. Looks like my Zapdos is gonna go down. That's fine. The Double Blaze GX. Just gonna go ahead and set up a Jirachi. I almost said Lele. Set up a Jirachi here. Kind of hope for the best on the draw. Really just need to 2-shot this thing, and we have the game pretty much locked up. We can also go for like a Guzma 1-shot on the Lele, which would be okay as well. We'll just really have to see what our top deck plus Stellar Wish gives us. Yeah, if we get a Guzma and something to Ultra Ball away here, or the Nest Ball, that works as well. Koko-GX would do 150. Not quite enough, unless this Stellar Wish finds us the last E-Power. Not quite. So like what I was saying was we could Guzma KO Lele, which would be okay. Yeah, that would be okay. Get a Zapdos out of the deck, Guzma KO Lele. Then we have Nihilego with Beast Energy, but then we'd have to find a Shrine, which we don't have quite yet. Or we could just find a Guzma, and that would work as well. So I think I like that. Because he's definitely going to like retreat the Reshizard, so that would be hard for us to chase anyways. Could also just take the Escape Board and just retreat into another Jirachi and see what that Jirachi gives us, and then play for the 1-shot on the next turn with the Nihilego. I kind of like that as well. So this time I'm actually just going to commit this and get us a... Oh, so the Zap guy's gone. Shouldn't get ourselves the False Swipes guy then. We don't want to put Nihilego in play because then they could knock it out potentially. Stellar Wish. Get ourselves a Guzma. And we're just going to attach to the Kartana and then pass. Yeah, we're going to see if this works. I may be playing this a little bit greedy. We are playing with Let Loose could punish us really hard here if he does play a second Let Loose. If they do got a second Let Loose. Let Loose would punish us pretty hard here, actually. But that's about the only thing that would punish us, I think. Besides that would be cruising. We'll see. We'll see what our opponent pulls off here. Yeah, Let Loose would be a little bit punishing here. There's a Guzma. I imagine they'll be going after our Jirachi with the skateboard. Maybe the Kartana with the energy, actually. To stop us from potentially using the Koko-GX. Because that is potentially what it looks like we're building up into is the Koko-GX. Yeah, there's an attach. I just want to get him with a Nihilego. So that's what we're playing for. Our opponent does not know that. Does not know about the Nihilego play that's coming up. Well, I'm sure they're thinking about it, but there's nothing they can really do to play around it, I feel like. Either we have it or we don't, and our opponent just has to kind of hope that we either do or do not have it. Going after the Buzzwole instead of the Kartana. I guess the Kartana's a little bit more useless, right? Heat Factory last. I don't know about that. And yeah, Flame Strike. All right, so we do have game set up here with the Nihilego, and that's why this matchup, even when you like, and this matchup was, I mean, they play a lot of one prizer attackers, so, but even when you like fall behind early, you still always have the fallback of the Nihilego, which is super cool. It just kind of makes the matchup super easy. Even when you fall behind, you can still just have a ridiculous 3-prize turn at the end of the game to kind of close it out with the Nightcap, and then you can take the Flare Strike for 290, knockout, draw our last 3 prizes. So yeah, even when you have like a, I don't know, we kind of hit like a lull in the mid game there. We didn't hit any draw supporters. We weren't able to really set up any knockouts, get any knockouts. We were like, we can just kind of wait, chill, and then Nihilego will clean up the rest of the game for us, as it did right there. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video on the new ZapBeasts that I've been running around with. I think the decks are super good right now. My top 2 favorite decks right now are Weezing and ZapBeasts, I think. So yeah, be sure to give it a try. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Be sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Links in the description for my social medias and Twitch live stream. Be sure to check all that fun stuff out. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.